It is Tuesday. Welcome to CBS News Minnesota Morning Update. I'm Jason DeRusha. Hope you're having a good morning. We know the rain's coming down in some parts of the Twin City. Katie Steiner's here today, and you know what that means. That means you get Katie chiming in.
Two of us.
That's
because
right.
I can't shut up.
Well, confirmed. It's not really raining downtown right now.
No, it's not. It's a
wet sidewalks, though.
Yep, light drizzle, like really light drizzle at best. But here's a look at our satellite radar. You can see it to the south. You can just see how much moisture is down in Iowa right now. This is a slow-moving system, and it's kind of taken a little bit longer to get here than we thought. So here is a look to the southwest. We're seeing some rain mixing in with some snow. To the north, we're seeing some rain mixing in with some snow. Here in the Twin Cities, though, it's kind of in a little bit of a lull. Now, let me tell you, once we get a couple of hours in here, so probably 9, 10, 11 more specifically, that heavier rain is going to start and it's not going to stop. So as soon as that starts, as soon as that system gets here, it's going to be slow moving over us now. So here's a look at your day. Again, this is kind of those precipitation chances. You can see it right around 11 o'clock, really jumping up to about 90, 100%. And then once that happens, it's just going to be a washout throughout the day into the night. And that includes into tomorrow morning, where we could see our temperatures dip down, where we could see that rain mixing with some snow.
We're going to be right on the line, right?
Yep. It's going to be one of those you don't really know until it comes.
Happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if you see snowflakes for tomorrow.
All right.
That's going to be the best chance for it if it does. Now, if you live to the west, different story. You have a better chance for snow, but we're not really expecting accumulations.
Okay. Katie, do you have advice for people on a day like today? What do you generally say in your weather forecast?
Rain boots, rain jacket. I like to go with the baseball cap.
Here's my question for you. Do you really have a raincoat?
Yes, I have 3 of them.
Why?
Because I use them all the time when it rains, don't you? You don't have a raincoat?
No.
Oh.
Why would you have a raincoat? Are you 6? Like, to me, like a raincoat is
really?
something that like a small child should have. Or if you're an outdoors person, like you're hiking, okay. But like grown-ups, usually umbrella.
Raincoat all
just an
the
umbrella.
time.
What are you using a raincoat all the time for? Is it a fashion statement or is it?
It's practical, because then I don't have to pull out the umbrella when I'm going in and out of a store. I just have the rain jacket.
What if you just got wet? You're just going from the car to the store.
Because I would rather stay dry.
Rainy day debate.
Raincoat. I am full
Team umbrella.
Raincoat.
Team umbrella. Team raincoat. Are you like me, where you believe raincoats are for children and grown-ups, unless, again, there is... Now, don't come at me with your, like, well, I work outdoors. And of course you have a
That might be part of it,
raincoat.
too, because I was, reporting you're outside a lot, so rain jacket.
I'm mostly an indoor person. I bike. That's my outdoor activity.
Full raincoat, whether I'm working or not. A raincoat is a
What
necessity.
happens if you get wet? Like, do you melt like the Wicked Witch?
I
It's
just
like,
would
just get a
rather-
little wet.
I just wanna
how about
stay
put a little
dry.
spring in your step and hustle into the store? That's the question for you. So
I've
weigh
got
in
a
on
child.
this. Weigh in on this.
Yeah, I would like to see. Am I completely on drugs here?
I'm sure
or?
I will be the loser in this conversation, I'm sure.
We'll see.
I also believe there is perhaps a gender divide on this issue.
Oh, interesting. That is true.
Because raincoats for women are stylish and cool, and a grown man in a raincoat looks like a child. I think it's just silly. So anyway, let us know what you think. I'll take the L on this, I presume, when I read your comments in just a minute. The two sides are supposedly close. But boy, sometimes it's like being on this Minneapolis teacher strike. It's like being on a diet, like getting the last 5 pounds. That's the toughest. Getting over the finish line has proven challenging. The district says they've given their best and final offer, at least when it comes to salary. The unions are saying, yeah, we're pretty happy with what's being offered in the big picture. We still need to nail down details. So bottom line for parents and kids, no school today. Negotiations happening inside these offices in North Minneapolis. Kind of a big picket. Somebody brought the brass band. The district offered educational support professionals, ESPs, salary increase of $35,000. That's the increase they were asking for. Increased to $35,000, I should say. District also offered raises for teachers, job protection language in the contract, specifically for teachers of color. But again, smaller details still to be decided, and that is what is causing the holdup. These contracts are complicated, and so working it out takes time. A North Minneapolis family says a thief targeted them while they were mourning the loss of a loved one. This is just so disappointing. Vanessa Delaire, her brother Jason, shared this video from us. It was from a week ago. This is one of those front door security cameras, and they capture a man they believe came up to the front door and stole some special gifts that memorialized their father, John. John recently died after a 3-year battle with cancer. Vanessa ordered drum socks as kind of a tribute, a special memorial, and she just would like to have them back.
I don't want him to go to jail. I mean, right. And you know, the police here are way too busy with other more significant issues. But I hope that he would have a change of heart. It really hurt us. So maybe it'll touch his heart and wake him up.
The Delairs put this doorbell video on Facebook. They say they were like filling out Dad's death certificate when this all went down. Their neighbors have reported the person, they think it's the same person stealing packages from their front porch as well. There was a police report filed. They're just hoping to get the gifts back. Twin Cities streets in downtown seem to be getting a little busier as more workers return to office, and we kind of wondered where we at, right? At WCCO, I think I told you guys yesterday, it's back to work. What are we calling this? Employee Appreciation Week? It's nice.
There's bun cakes out there.
Yeah, there were bun cakes yesterday with breakfast. It's very nice. As far as I can tell, nobody really has come back to work. It's just all the same goons who've been here every day, right? Have you guys seen anybody come back?
It's also 7:36 in the morning.
Well, I went upstairs yesterday to try to say hello to some of the folks who came back, and the accounting office was here.
Ooh.
It's just like 3 people. But we're making a dent. We're making a dent. Downtown's back, baby.
Baby steps.
Downtown's back. No, it's not. Steve Kramer, downtown's different, right? There has been more of a buzz over the last week, I would say, just anecdotally. And so we asked the CEO of Minneapolis Downtown Council. Steve Kramer says about 44% of downtown's workforce is back in the office, but it doesn't mean they're back every day. So you have 44% of the people who are back. So that's still 56% who are not. And the 44% who are back are maybe downtown 2, maybe 3 days. Kind of weird, right? It's different. They're seeing the same deal over in St. Paul as well. The Downtown Alliance there says they're hoping to have the vast majority of workers back in whatever back means by the end of April. Visitors going to sporting events. That's what's made downtown feel a little more alive. Big volleyball tournament downtown at the end of last week. St. Patrick's Day, conventions, all of that makes a difference.
We had about 5 million people come to events last year, and we'll top that in 22. And a growing downtown residential population. You can see the elements of a strong economic recovery.
Business travel is still sort of in the tank, and that's been a problem. I mean, of course business travel is down, right? Target is still not back to work. So most of the travel that comes to visit Wells Fargo or U.S. Bank or whatever, they're not coming back. So they're hoping business travel will pick up in the spring. That should make downtowns busier. You know what the biggest thing that would make downtown busier? A good Minnesota Twins team. If the Twins are good this summer, I think that'll make a big difference.
That would help.
Yep, people will be coming downtown again. A bit of excitement this morning. What's going on with Minnesota sports teams? The cheapskates that usually run our major teams have opened up the pocketbooks and are signing like legit big-time free agents. Marc-Andre Fleury is now between the pipes. Fleury is, look, Craig Leopold sent his plane to Chicago to pick him up. Fleury said he's excited to be with a playoff contender. And he has experience, 3 Stanley Cup titles, 4 All-Star game appearances. He's among the best in NHL history in many of the stats that track goalies.
I'm so excited to see how this plays out because he's old, right?
He's
like
37, right?
Yeah, which isn't that old, but
It's
still,
old for
like
a
he's on
goalie.
the end of his career.
Yeah. What's left in the tank?
Yeah, but I think it'll help just the mood in the locker room and like hopefully the confidence level and.
All reports he's a fun, positive guy.
I'm
Cam
excited.
Talbot, though, certainly played well last night, which is what you do when they
you know
bring in
you're
someone
gonna-
to take your job.
This could be my last game.
As soon as we hired Jeff Wagner around here, I started trying a lot harder in the morning, too. Watching you, Wagner. Spring training underway for the Minnesota Twins. I try hard, like, at least. Rob, would you say like 3 out of 5 days? How?
You're definitely 3.5.
3.5 out of 5 days.
3.5,
Thank
that's
you.
generous.
4:30, you always go strong. So.
Always strong. You got to wake up early to see my 100% effort
Yeah.
at 4:30. Twins spring training underway. Mike Max down there, which is pretty fun. And Maxie talked to a couple of local people who are getting their first chance to see the Twins' big free agent signing, Carlos Correa.
You're just hoping to get a peek at him, huh?
Yeah, that's why I came down here. I was just going to spend a couple days at the beach, but I thought, geez, get a chance to see him, take some infield or hit.
It's always exciting. It's always new every year with encouragement, and the pickups that they've had this year are really good, and hopefully we can get one more pitcher.
Yeah, now we got to get
Classic.
one more picture.
Classic Twins fan answer. Well, couldn't they get us a pitcher, for goodness sakes? We just got the most in-demand free agent in baseball. Correa officially signs with the team tomorrow. He hasn't practiced, of course, because he hasn't signed. But he was signing autographs. That's cool, right? It's part of the fun of spring training is you get those opportunities. So nice to see Carlos Correa kind of out meeting the fans yesterday. All right. I hesitate to see the feedback.
I'm ready for this.
Sometimes I feel like I'm going to lose. Oh, Juliana.
And that's a woman. You
Umbrella
were talking about the
only.
gender.
Don't have a raincoat. I don't have a raincoat either. Juliana, fine city council member in Osseo.
Oh, I think I'm going to take the L here.
Todd, yes. Oh my gosh, the people are with me so far.
2.
Todd, 2. Let's stop. That's the feedback. Todd says I haven't had a raincoat since grade school. I have an umbrella in the car, but I don't use it too much. I mean, as guys, like, you sort of, not to, like, totally stereotype, but, like, we have less hair often, so if it gets wet, so what?
Yeah.
It's less dramatic. Corky, Karen Goldberg Schmautz.
Both.
Use
Solid.
both. That's the smart move.
Yeah.
For sure. Corky.
Experienced.
Raincoats are better than holding a... Yeah,
Thank
Cindy's
you.
not wrong.
Thank you.
The cumbersome umbrella that might get turned inside out with a gust of wind.
Yep.
That's true. I usually use a raincoat. I feel like I have too many jackets already. Like I don't need another one in the mix. See, Melinda, here we go. This is my assertion.
Thank you.
This is my assertion that it's a fashion item. It's not really about
How do
practical.
you know that this is a fashion thing? She loves her spring raincoats, and she's not an outdoor person. That doesn't mean she's using her spring raincoat as a fashion item. It just means she loves her spring
I think it does. I think it
raincoat.
means it's a fashion item. They are stylish. Team Raincoat, Carmen.
Yes, I should have been counting.
Well, it's the gender divide I predicted appears to be playing out.
Couple of outliers.
Carmen bought it in Ireland.
You
and
would
love
need one
it.
there.
That's true. That
And
is
what's-
true.
if
I were on vacation, I would have a raincoat,
What's-
right? You're walking
yeah.
around a city, whatever.
Yeah, but if you're like in a place like Seattle, London, Ireland, it's pointless to have an umbrella because you have to use it all the time.
Fair enough. Here's Hannah. See, there you go, Hannah. This is why you're my favorite. When Katie suggested a raincoat this morning, I replied, "What is this, England? I don't know anyone who has a raincoat." This is, I tell you, like, Heather and Marielle, like, came for me hard in the
Are they
newsroom.
team raincoat?
Team Raincoat.
Oh, interesting.
Because Heather, for Elle, she's a reporter. You're outside in the elements. That makes sense. For Heather, it's, I don't know, maybe it's a hand issue, right? Like you got a kid in one hand,
Yeah,
like so
exactly.
it's hard to hold an umbrella.
And I'm lazy. Then you have to dry the umbrella out. I can just hang my raincoat and it's fine.
How is one different from the other?
I don't know. The umbrella just
As
seems
you
much
said
more
that,
cumbersome.
They're both hanging up. I don't know. Stay dry. I just am going to get wet. I'm fine. I'm not going to melt.
I'm going to be drying my raincoat. Thank you very much.
It's fine. Little moisture doesn't. I mean, let's be honest. Like, what's the difference here? Like a little rain, who cares? That's it. I always am hopeful that the rain will kind of like it fertilizes and waters, and then you get new growth. Maybe a little rain up here, just something will sprout. You never know.
Fertilizer.
You never know. The chia pet, the seeds that I planted in my head. That's it for the morning update from CBS News Minnesota. You're certainly most professional local streaming news source. I think we're also the only one, so we got that going for us. We'll do this again tomorrow morning at 7:30. See ya.